Oh boy, if you watching my video, you would never know how I caught you. Oh, so now you're defending this heifer. Say less.
Nigga cheat, and I'm S-I-N-G-L-E again. Y'all by hanging out the window with my ratchet.
Like 1 minute you in my bed, sleeping, like you not cheating. I saw them Yeezy slides and them thick ass ankles. I said, that's my man.
Picture on my mirror, start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way.
What's up guys, it's your girl Odasne and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time that I just been holding on to because I wanted to figure out if I wanted to share my story, but it's a part of my healing, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So this is the time that I caught my ex cheating on me. Yeah, he took some bitch to the movie theaters. That's cheating. So I don't know what y'all talk about, but that's cheating. So let's get into this mess, aka my mess. Let's get into my mess. Come on, plane. Living in New York be like. So yes, I have this ex, and he definitely showed his ass for the past year and a half. And I finally left because I had no choice. This is so cringy. Like, I'm really going to be honest, transparent. Like, this no tea, no shade over here, baby. But yeah, July was really the end point. I really thought we was going to thug it out. But it was so toxic. It was becoming very toxic, very stressful, very exhausting. Like, I literally had to say a prayer in order for me to leave. I promise you. Let's get into it. So it was back in July, like I said. My mom's birthday is in July, so shout out to all my cancers. What's up? What's tea? And we decided to take my mom out, of course. Okay, cool. But right before that, or was it after that? It had to be before my mom's birthday. He had came to my house, and this was very PTSD because let's listen. He came to my house and he was just bawling his eyes out, like doing all this type of stuff and expressing like his frustrations or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna disclose what was going on, but he was going to do a lot. And you know, my mom, she really did like him, so she was just being a listening ear, giving her best advice to him and things that he should do. But my mother knew like he wasn't gonna listen, because like, what nigga you know listens? You know what I mean? But anyway, so after all that shebang bang bang, we decided like, okay, cool, we still gonna go out for my mom's birthday. But again, it was like very weird in our relationship. Like, ladies, you know, like, you know when it's time to really like pack your stuff, you feel me? But because I love this man so much, I'm like, no, I'm gonna do anything to make it work. I'm gonna try everything in the book. Like, well, it wasn't everything in the book, girl, but you catch my drift. Like, I just really wanted it to work, so I was just accepting a lot of things that I would not accept. Don't recommend, because look at me, heartbroken without you. But anyway, so we took my mama out. Cool, we had a good time, kind of, sort of. So now it was about the, like, I think it had to be the next day. So it was the next day, and we had went out to get something to eat, and he ain't peeped me. So once I had ordered my food, I had came back out. So I happened to be like opening the door, but I see on his phone that it was like a text message that popped up. Well, it wasn't popped up. Let me not gas it. I basically was opening the door, and I see that he had his message open, and he was typing this long paragraph. Like, when I tell you a long paragraph, babes, it was like he was arguing with somebody. You feel me? So, boom, I open the door, caught him off guard. Like, you know when you ain't shit, like, you just be so quick to exit out your apps. Like, like, you would have thought he saw Jesus. So, boom. So, I'm like, why are you jumping like that? Like, why are you moving funny? Like, you being weird to me. Like, for what? He was like, oh, like, he made up some excuse. So, my eyes are so fast. I literally read the name that popped up. So, her name is Bree. So Miss Bree, what's good, babe? You remember this face? Yeah. So Bree was the contact of person. So I'm like, okay, cool, remember that. So I'm like, what y'all was talking about? Like, why are you so sending bitches paragraphs? Like, I'm confused. Enlighten me. So he goes to say, I found a therapist and I'm texting my therapist. Now, I don't know how that works, but I believe you do not text your therapist. Like, so guys, even if you do, I don't know. But it's so hard to believe because he's such a liar. So guys, I forgot to add. So after I was asking him 21 questions about this girl Brianna, about this therapist, how he found the therapist, y'all, he put it on his mom. Like, he said that his mom helped him find this therapist and she told him to, like, you put that on your mom, you don't love your mother. Like, you don't love your mother. So that was strike 2. Then, because he kept getting caught up in the lies, now he said he know 2 Briannas. So one Brianna is a therapist. She's an older woman and da-da-da-da-da. But mind you, he don't know what she looked like. But he has her number. And then the second Brianna that I'm talking about in the story. I said Brianna. I said Bree in the story, but her name is Brianna. So I don't care. That it's like, why are you playing with me? Why are you playing with me? So remember that name. Okay, cool. We had this whole big argument, whatever the case may be. The day goes on. Had the worst day. I was so emotional. Like, I remember, like, I was just crying. So I'm like, damn, like, why do he keep shitting on me? Like, instead of just ripping the band-aid off and just saying, fuck it, like, I got a bitch, I don't want to be with you, he just kept dragging me along, and I allowed it. Like, I allowed him to drag me on, so I play a role too, you know what I mean? So we go into the next day, and like I said, the vibes is off, the energy is off. Like, I'm like, damn, my man got a whole nother shorty. Like, I just knew that. Like, you just know, because he yelling for no reason. He mad at the world. Now he had told me, oh, he wants to change his life. He's not where he want to be, so he needs some time to figure himself out, whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. Like, if that's really what you want, and that's what you're really gonna do, by all means. So that was a discussion for like the past week, but towards the end, where we got to the conclusion, he kept saying that more and more. But me personally, I always feel like it's an excuse, because we was together every day, like motivating you, pushing you to do great, give you some advice, or sending you websites to better yourself. Nigga, I'm helping you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as any girlfriend should. Like, I was just doing my role, doing my part. So now all of a sudden, you got what you needed and you done. So it rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like, damn, my nigga, like, for all of that, like, what was the purpose? Like, what was really my purpose? But hey, so as towards the end of the week, he kept saying the same thing, like, oh, my financials not right, I gotta do this and I gotta go do that, and you know, I can't, like, basically he can't make me his number 1 priority. Which, okay, like I said, I'm not gonna force you to be someone that you don't want to be. May I add, he still made time for his friends, and made time for his friends, but he couldn't make time for me. Oh, he don't want to be up under me because I'm a distraction from what he has to go do. Smoking weed with your friends? But allegedly they was, you know, hanging around trying to get some things brewing together so they could work together and all this type of shiznai. But yeah, he couldn't do that for me. But it just literally caught me off guard, because like, this goes to show you, people wake up with different feelings every single day. Like, one minute you in my bed sleeping like you not cheating.
Back on that bullshit again. Back on that bullshit. Back on that bullshit.
And then the next day you wake up like, oh yeah, let me go do this and do that. Like, what? Like, it literally baffled me, because it's like, alright, you playing with me. Cool. So that same night, y'all, we on the phone, and again, we're arguing. The arguing was very intense, very loud. Like, I'm just so stressed and I'm so tired and I'm so exhausted. I'm just like, yo, here. Like, if this really what you want to do, then okay, cool. Like, just leave me alone. Like, it is what it is. Like, I can't not force nobody who does not want to be here. Even if I still try to recommend whatever I was trying to recommend. It just wasn't working. So the last thing I remember was, oh, just shut the, like, it was like something like that. Boom, we banged the phone. We hung up the phone. So we in text. It was like 8 o'clock. He ain't text me for the rest of the night. Oh, y'all, this is the first warning. When I first called his phone, he was dressed, like clothes on, like he was ready to go somewhere. But mind you, that past week, he was giving me the hardest time. Like, he didn't want to link. He didn't want to see me. He was barely texting, barely calling me, like moving weird. Moving weird. So I'm like, okay, cool. I just took you out to eat with my mama. So stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I just literally took you out to eat. So the crazy girl in me is like, be cool, be calm, but like pay attention. Mind you, I call him talking to Bree, and now he's been acting funny. So that same day we on FaceTime, and like I said, he got his clothes on. I'm like, how you got your clothes on, but yet you don't want to see me, but you dressed to go somewhere? So you know, these ninjas' favorite excuse is they about to go link their homeboys, they about to do da 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 da. Whatever. One thing I'm like, it is what it is. What's done in the dark will always come to the light. And before I even got to that place, I literally, like, I just been praying so heavily. Like, Lord, please reveal what needs to be seen. Like, it was becoming too much to the point where I'm like, show me. And when you say show me, Jesus is going to come through every time. Your tongue is so powerful. Whatever you pray for, baby, it's going to happen. And what I said, please show me, because I stopped going through the phone. And he was jacking, oh, he not giving me his phone no more because he don't go through my phone and he don't feel the need to da 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 da. Because, baby, I'm not cheating. Baby, I'm not disloyal. It's you. I so happen to have your phone, and yet Tom, Dick, Jerry, Sari, Harry is texting your phone. So, of course, like, you don't want me to go through your phone because you're doing things you're not supposed to be doing. What? Anywho. So, he tells me, I got a really bad headache. I'm going to take a nap. Guys, it was 7 o'clock. You know your man. You know your man. I'm like, okay, he really think I'm really stupid. He knows my history, and he know I catch his goofy ass every single time. So the fact that he really thought he wasn't, come on, stay with me. I'm gonna take a nap at 7 o'clock with your outside clothes on. Be so for real. Like, I know you nasty, but you not that nasty. You about to go to sleep in your outside clothes. Like, let's all be serious. So I said, all right, cool, whatever. I had an attitude anyway. We was already arguing, so okay, I banged the phone. The night goes on, and now, like, I'm feeling like this eerie feeling in my stomach and my body. Like, I couldn't sleep. Like, my mind was racing. I just wasn't at peace. I was on the phone with my best friend. We chopping it up, you know, Kiki and having a good time. And she said something about her man via, like, oh, let me go see where he at, because still about to link up or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go see where my nigga is. I couldn't find him, ladies and gentlemen. He was nowhere to be found. What I do? Got up, got dressed, called me an Uber, and I went to his house. Yes, I did. So we're going to say it was around like 10-ish p.m. I went to his crib and I said, if his car's in the driveway, I'm going to go home. Because clearly he's home. So I'm not going to do too much. He's really sleeping. Then he's really sleeping. But then that could also be the cover up, because his man could come pick him up. They could go on the 2-man. Like, that's how my mind is going. Like, nah, do your research. So his car wasn't in the driveway when I pulled up. So mind you, this whole time I'm on the phone with my best friend. Like, we doing find your man 101. Okay? When I tell you, We are doing the most craziest things to see where he's at. But best believe I found him. So long story short, he was at this low down, budget, dirty, old school AMC movie theaters that wasn't even like fresh or clean. Like, please. I ain't gonna lie, because we went there one time too. So you gonna take somebody to the same movie theater that you took me before?
Put your trust in a nigga, stupid hoe. How you figure?
Y'all, I could have go to a movie theater for 3 months. That PTSD is real, okay? So it happened to be the last show of the night. So because I'm staying with my best friend and I couldn't open up the doors to like walk in. Child, if I had the opportunity to walk up in that movie theater, it would have been worse. It would have been worse. So I said, forget it. If I can't walk inside the theater, I'm going to go find his car. So I'm familiar with this location. So I kind of had a feeling where he would park. Y'all, I'm walking up, down, around, and around to figure out where's his car. I'm like, where is this man's car? Where's his car? I was so mad. That's why I couldn't find the car. Because he wasn't going to have a car to go back to. So I would have found that car. No tires. No windows. Everything would have been cleaned out the car. Like, literally. Like, y'all saw Waiting to Exhale? That would have been me. I'm not playing. Like, that's how mad I was. Cause I'm like, this nigga really think I'm stupid. But you know, that's what happens, ladies. When you let a man off the hook one too many times, he gonna think he gonna keep doing it until eternity. Until you put your foot down and you set that boundary and you leave. Because it's never gonna end. It's an unending cycle unless he really wants to change. And that's something that I really had to come to a conclusion with. Like, anybody that I ever crossed paths with, one, it's because that's what I attracted, because there was things that I wasn't healed from. There was things that was bothering me from young that just transferred into my adult life, that I was attracted to these kind of men, that it was affecting me as a grown adult. So it goes both ways. Like, you feel me? Like, you are what you attract. But still in know, like, that's not how you treat somebody. Like, you don't treat somebody like the bottom of your shoe when, like, come on, man. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, now it's about 10:30-ish, 10:45, y'all. I stood outside that movie theater for 2 hours. For 2 hours. For 2 hours. Be my best friend on the phone. My heart is beating out my chest. My heart is beating out my chest. I'm like, there's no way he has a girl in this movie theater. He's not dumb. I'm like, he know better. Clearly not. Because ladies, if he love you, he will not do anything to hurt you. At all. Regardless if y'all arguing every single day because of him, he's not gonna do you wrong. And if he want to change, he's gonna change. If he wants to, he will. Anything anybody wants to, they're gonna do it. If they don't want to do it, they're not gonna do it. So it's like, that's the hard truth. I was outside that movie theaters. Literally, oh, I got no car. Clearly, guys, I took an Uber. So I had to stand outside. Thank God it was summertime. It's July, so it's warm. I'm good to go. It was a fairly good neighborhood, so I didn't really have to worry about like no weirdos and stuff. And God got me, okay? But I was outside that theater for 2 hours, and my bestie, you know, she talking to me, whatever. But like, you know, like your mind is racing, like, so you're not even like, I'm not even listening for real. But I was just double checking to make sure this was the right location. I'm not gonna tell you guys how I found him, because to this day he still like, it still bugs about how I caught his ass. The minute I was about to leave, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, let me just leave. My best friend was like, no, you need to stay. Stay. Whew. Just talk about it again, like, gets my heart. Like, ooh. You guys, I literally walk to the door, but like, I creep to the side. So like, I can see you, but you can't see me. That's how like the walls were set up. I stick my head out. I saw them Yeezy slides in them thick ass ankles. I said, that's my man. That's my man. And I saw the shorty. So I backed up dumb quick. I'm like, her name is Nia. So I'm like, Nia, this nigga is with a girl. He is with a girl. Like, it really baffled me because I'm like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? And I knew from that night forward, like, you're really a dub, because if I never would have caught him, he never would have said anything. He would have texted my phone like it was okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain too. Throughout that whole time, I'm calling his phone, texting his phone, calling his phone, texting his phone, no answer. These men do not know how to play the game. If you know you do something you're not supposed to be doing, you always supposed to make sure your house is straight. I'm doing something I'm supposed to be doing. My man call me. Hello? Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like, keep it cute, keep it casual. Like, the minute you start acting funny, you start moving such, you bring more attention to yourself. So, you feel me? The proof is in the pudding. But anywho, they walk out the movie theaters. So I didn't know how I was going to react because I had my little spinning night bag because I was going somewhere else. But I had this heavy bag on me, so I couldn't really like go boop, 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 like how I wanted to. They walked out. I saw him. He saw me. Y'all, when I tell you, it was like this is a black man. Okay, this black man turned so white in the face. It was the craziest thing ever. I'm like, yeah, nice to see you. Like, I was so calm. Like, I was so calm. It was making me nervous how calm I was because I did not know how I was going to react. So I was super calm. And I was like, oh, like, how you doing? I'm talking to the shorty. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know, he got a girlfriend, etc. She's like, nah, like, he never told me he had a girlfriend. I just know him from high school. We just wanted to go to the movies. Y'all, another thing that got me mad, they went to go see Spider-Man. I don't give a fuck about no Spider-Man. But we saw Spider-Man 2 weeks ago. I'm like, you really a fiend. Like, you're really a fiend and you're disgusting. Like, you took her to this whack location, one, as you should. But then, you take her to the theater. Oh, I mean, you took her to the movies that we already seen. Like, what are you really doing? Like, what are you really doing? Like, you're a clown. And another thing that was really baffling me, you claimed that you wanted to build financial freedom and you wanted to go on this journey of healing and getting your life together and da da da. But you buying bitches movie tickets. So clearly you got money. So when you wasn't buying me nothing to eat, you was spending it on this bitch. Okay, cool. Copy. So that's what her, that she kept saying the same thing. Like, I just know from high school, we was talking, we was having conversation, then we just came to movie theaters, da 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 da. I said, okay, bitch, move. I'm probably not with you, was with the nigga. I would never not take nothing out on no female. But she got smoked too. She got smoked too. She got smoked too. I'm not even gonna lie. She got smoked too. So I said, what's your name? Mind you, oh boy, he was like pushing me back. Like, he was trying to push me back away from the girl because he didn't know, like, he thought I was gonna hear her and stuff, which I was trying to do, but that's towards the end. So he's trying to push you back. He was like, oh, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you acting crazy. See, I'm only acting crazy because you're doing crazy things. I have no need and no space to be that crazy girlfriend for what? Like, to be that obsessive girlfriend for what? Because again, what's done in the dark is always going to come to the light. The only reason why I'm here, Negro, is because you wasn't picking up that phone, you wasn't texting me back, and you was just moving sus. So, yeah, I'm here. Hello? How you doing? So now I'm crazy. And I don't care about what nobody else got to say, but it's like that whole stigma of, oh, crazy girlfriend, crazy girl. Like, I hate that. I'm only crazy because your son he doesn't know how to properly love a woman. Like, he's doing things that's not healthy and he thinks that it's okay. So now you're causing this type of person to do things that they never would do. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling her all these things like, oh, you know, he da-da-da in me, and we da-da-da-da-da, and we boom, and he eat my boom, like, you know, whatever. She's just sitting there like, okay. Like, it's just not my man. Like, I don't care. So, from then, I just switched. Like, I switched. Y'all. Oh, the reason why I switched moves so quickly, because he was trying to downplay me. Like, we wasn't together. He was trying to downplay me like we just was not hanging out 2 days ago. He was trying to downplay like he was not just around my family. Like, now all my emotions start to hit me, because it's like, wow, like, you really had time. Like, you really had time. So, I proceed to start, bro. When I tell you I'm chatting to this girl, like, I'm running like a runaway slave. That's how I know this nigga is not my man. Because he gonna tell the bitch, watch your bag, watch your bag. Oh, so now you're defending this heifer. Say less. So I'm running, she cut. Like, she dipped. Like, I ain't see this girl nowhere to be found. So he had no choice but to take me to where I needed to be. Because I'm like, you had time to pick this bitch up, so you have time to drop me off. So let's go. He's like, oh, I'm not taking you home. I'm not taking you home. You gonna hit me. You gonna hit me. Da, 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 type of stuff. I do not condone violence. Violence is not the key. So we doing all this yelling, kicking, and screaming in the parking lot. Like, at this point, I'm hurt. I'm sad. Like, I'm devastated. Like, my man is with a bitch. Like, what? Crazy. Mind you, he probably was with plenty of girls. This is the one that I actually caught him with. So it kind of hit different. And then I tell you, her name was Bree. I don't know if I said that, but her name was Bree. So that's what also triggered me. Because I'm like, oh, this is the girl that you was texting. Makes sense. This is the girl that you was pouring your heart to. Makes sense. This is the girl. So I'm like, oh, that he was just texting. Copy. Excuse me. Copy. So that would really set me off, because I'm like, oh yeah, both of y'all gotta see these hands. Both of y'all gotta get it. And did. So, like I said, I don't condone violence. Ladies, don't hit your man. It's not cute, because you don't want no nigga to hit you. Period. I stopped that bad habit. I made a promise to myself, like, all just aside, that day, I'm like, I would never do that again. I would never get out of line, like, you know, like, show that side of me ever again. Because, one, I would never condone that. The minute I see the size, I'm out. I'm no longer trying to make something work when he doesn't want to make it work. You feel me? So, it was very, very hectic. It was a lot of kicking, punching, screaming. Like, I was very, very mad. I was really, really hurt. And I reacted with violence. Like, yeah. Because you played with me. Like, you played me. Like, you played me. So, obviously, he dropped me off on my location. And the rest is history. Like, I caught him at the movie theaters with somebody that was not me. And that hurt me. Cheating is cheating, no matter which way you look at it. You are in a relationship with somebody, regardless if she know, I know, they know. You still telling me one thing and you feeding me all these hopeless dreams. You my man. So now act like you my man. And because you don't want to act like my man, this is what happens. So yeah. Bree, if you see this, I hope y'all living happily ever after. I hope he satisfy your needs, baby. Because... And oh boy, if you watching my video, you would never know how I caught you. But just know, God is always on my side. And karma is very real. You reap what you sow. That's all I'm going to say. And to make things worse, let me add a little razzle dazzle. So not only did I catch him at the movie theaters with another girl, we had a trip that we planned since last year that was already booked. That was in August for a week. So imagine you seeing him with somebody else and now you gotta be around him for a week. So I'm thinking like, oh, I could heal overnight. I could heal in 3 weeks. That's what I mean again. It was a lot. It was a lot, but you know, we made it through. Nobody died. He made it off the ship. I made it off the ship. Like, it was cool. But again, it kind of made me like, I was able to be at peace with it, like, for real. Because even when he was around me, he still did not give me the common decency to not text other women while I was in his presence. Now, granted, he doesn't owe me that because we're single now. clearly we broke up. But it's like, damn, like, it's only been 3 weeks. Like, you couldn't wait. You narcissist. Narcissistic behavior. Like, I'm not going to tap into that because that's a whole nother video of how to peep a narcissistic person. Like, run. Run. He didn't have the common decency to not text another female while I was in his space. I'm like, it's the red heart for me. So, hey, Destiny. Hey. In conclusion, I'm in a way better headspace where I was before. Every day I'm learning about myself. I'm growing. I'm healing. And I just really owe it to myself. I was in relationships since I was 15. I am now 24. So I owe it to myself to literally be by myself, heal through everything that I went through in my past relationships. But this last one really took a toll on me because I really was feeling dude like OD. I thought that was gonna be my husband, the father of my kids. Like, this was the one. But he wasn't. And I think that's what really hurt me the most because I really wanted you to be him. But he just wasn't my person. So it took a lot out of me. But it's cool. It was just cool. I feel like business-wise, we always work well together. But when it came to a relationship, he just couldn't get it right. He couldn't get it right. And I'm like, this is why it's so important to date. Explore before you settle down. Because a lot of things I could have avoided if I would have just slowed my hot self down. But it's cool. I feel like everything happens for a purpose and a reason. And it was a reason for me to be in this person's life, to show show this person things that they needed to see and things that I needed to see in myself, to realize like, oh no, this is not healthy, this is not okay, this is not cute. So everything works out in the end, you know what I mean? And we all know the feeling of constantly keep pouring into somebody who's not pouring back into you, to the point where it's now starting to drain you. Like, it was really messing with my mental health, me physically, me emotionally. Like, I'm just different. Like, different. It was crazy. It was literally the worst experience I have ever experienced, and I would not recommend it. Like, dealing with a narcissist is never easy, especially when you're in it, because you're thinking like, it's gonna get better, he's gonna be the one, this is my man. Like, you keep falling for that potential, you're always gonna get your feelings hurt. When somebody show you something, believe them. Not their words, but their actions. And he was a man of his words, but not a man of his actions. So we all lose at the end of the day. You feel me? But yeah, guys, that was the tea on that and my life lessons. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to Oh That's Name. And I see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Picture on my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way.